We have a little bit more. In Put Up or Shut Up rock and roll trivia now. It's Throwback Thursday, so we went back to 1960. One of the songs was Teen Angel by Mark Denning. In fact, it was number 1. And the question was, it's all about the death of a teenager. A guy lost his girlfriend. How did she die? The caller said, car accident. The answer is, her car stalled on train tracks. They both got out of the car. She went back to get his ring, and a train hit the car while she was in it, which breaks my heart.
Yeah, that's got you all mixed up inside.
I mean, I am sitting here heartbroken. Chris Demm was much more specific. He said basically that she was back in a train or a car and a train hit her car. So we gave Chris Demm credit. First, we gave the caller credit as well, but we took it away upon further review. Biggie said, that's not a car accident. That's a train. You got to be more specific. Some blowhards have said, this is Biggie's words, not mine. Blowhards have said, listen, if my car hits a tree, you're going to call it a tree accident? No, you're going to call it a car accident. Okay.
Good point.
All right, I agree. Biggie now has had some state troopers weigh in, some patrolmen. What are they saying?
It's a car accident.
Blowhards win. Okay.
Put one for the blowhards.
Okay.
Now, is that, Biggie, because on a one of the official police forms that they have to fill out in an incident such as you heard in the song, there's no box for train hits car stalled on tracks when girls goes back to get ring?
No, you got to write
that's right. To sum it up, yes.
Okay.
Basically, it's a car. If it involves a car, it's going down as a car accident.
If I hit a deer, that's a car accident.
Bingo.
Right.
But
I guess if you have to call law enforcement, which of course they would show up for a train hitting a car,
obviously.
So, but it still goes down under the car accident category. And frankly, I feel like this is a real failure on law enforcement.
Okay,
they need more boxes.
Those forms can only be so big.
They need more boxes.
You have to put other.
Well, put another and then describe.
If so, please describe.
Yeah, other. The girl went back to get the ring.
Yeah. Well, because I stand by my point.
I do too.
If it's a car accident, those happen all the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
But if a car gets hit by a train, the news station shows up and it makes the evening news.
Thank you.
But how would they lead it? What would
train hit a car?
Train hit a car.
But is it a train accident?
What are they going to say? A car on track hit by train.
It's not a.
They might say car accident.
It's not a train accident because, or here's a wrinkle. Maybe it's not considered a train accident because we know where the train's going.
Yeah, it didn't derail.
If it derails,
that's a train accident.
News.
That's a train accident. And yes, it is news, but just because it's news doesn't mean it's not a car accident, right? I mean, I think officially,
I look at it as different scope.
Yeah, it's a scopy thing, but it's still, but it's a bigger accident. Well, now wait a minute. Let me throw another big wrinkle into it now. If a plane came out of the sky, which has happened, and hits a car on a highway, I would not consider that a car accident.
It's a plane accident.
It's a plane accident, right?
Hit a car.
It's plane crash.
It's a plane
It's
crash.
plane crash that hit a car. But this is the exact same thing. It's a different, larger vehicle hitting a car.
Yeah. But the plane is not where it's supposed to be. The train was.
Yeah, that's true too. The plane is the one that's crashing. But then the train is crashing into the car, but the train is going as it's
But when you boil it all back down to the song, the song is about a train hitting a car.
Yes.
It's not about two cars hitting.
Right.
It's not about, it's about a car and a girl losing her life because a train hit.
True love.
Which is what Chris Demm said.
Oh, well, Chris Demm got it right. There's
she went back for the ring.
There's no doubt Chris Demm got it right. He was as specific as he can be. But just by saying car accident, that might pass. It might be enough for the caller to get it right. Really, regardless of what Chris Demm said.
It's not going to change anything except for his score.
But Chris Demm, I don't think we should consider Chris Demm's answer. He was exactly right, but the caller might have said enough. It's just by saying car accident. Kevin, is it a car accident? Do you count that right in the put up or shut up game?
No, it's definitely a train accident. The operative is what vehicle's moving. The car is parked on the track, and it's hit by a train. That's a train accident. Okay? If a car hits a tree, it's a car accident because the car is moving. But if a car is parked in a driveway and a tree gets struck by lightning and falls on the car, that's not a car accident. That's a tree falling on a car.
Okay, you're right. That's right. What if the car is moving and is hit by the train? What if it's trying to cross the train tracks and is mobile but gets hit by the train? Which would you call that?
It's both. It's both a car and a train accident. It's a two-vehicle accident.
All right, but the car.
He's introduced motion.
Yeah, if the car's sitting.
Didn't think about motion, did you?
I think so. I didn't know. I did not take it. I didn't know.
That's Newtonian.
I did not. 100% Newtonian.
And what are you thinking now?
I'm back on the other
He's
side.
fuzzy.
I'm real fuzzy on this.
Can you wipe away the tears long enough?
Listen.
A girl is dead. A girl is dead, Dave.
It's in the song.
A teenager is dead.
Take a moment.
Please, Dave.
Listen, Dave was shot.
He was
in a
shot.
car.
He was shot.
Imagine if Dave had called him in like, "Hey guys, I'm going to be a little late. I'm in a car accident."
Car accident.
And then you got here, and he was like, "Oh yeah, my car," and it's like, shot at her. You'd be like, "You were part of a shooting."
I think that's different.
Yeah,
though.
the bullets were moving.
That's a different thing.
But I did bring up the same point, too, with these guys, and that is, what if Chris Kelly walked in here and said, I had a car accident? I'm like, oh, my God, how's the other car? How are they? Oh, well, I got hit by a deer.
Right. I'm not moving.
Yeah.
A deer.
Well, I hit a deer.
Well, if I hit a deer and I'm moving, based on the previous caller, that might be different than just sitting there and a deer headbutts.
Yeah, if you're sitting at a stoplight and a deer comes because he's a stupid deer. It is a dumb deer.
We need to take the lion country safari scenarios out of this.
Well,
an elephant hit my car.
No, it happens.
If you're in Zimbabwe
that happens.
and there's a rhino.
No, it happens. It does. Nikki, is it a car accident or is it not a car accident? Go ahead.
Well, I think the big thing here is the train was not out of place. The car was out of place, and you was asking what happened to her. She was in the wrong place with her car. She caused the accident, not the train. And they don't write it up as an accident anymore because they say everything is preventable as far as crashes. They write it up as a crash site. It's like you were talking about. The plane fell out of the sky and hit a car. Yeah. Well, the car was in its rightful place, and the plane was out of place, and that's a damn plane crash.
Okay. Now, that's Chris Demm's point. You know, the train was in its rightful place. The car is not, so therefore it's a car accident. Point. I go back and forth on this, Dave.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble with this. Thanks, Nikki. Everybody that calls has good points, I think. Yeah.
But if you are a friend of hers, of this poor girl that went back for the ring.
I feel like I was. I feel like I knew her. I feel like I knew her.
And somebody came up to you and said, you just went to the funeral for that girl. What happened to her?
Damned old car accident.
You're going to tell you it's a car accident?
Car accident
No, you're going to say what really happened. Say she got hit by a train.
It's the worst car wreck in this town's history.
She got run over by a damned old train.
You don't have to call her darling.
That's a great song there.
I know it is.
That's a great song.
She got run over by a damn old train. That was it. That'd be in the obituary. God, the poor thing. And this poor guy has to live with it. Oh, my God. Julie, is it a car accident or is it not a car accident?
I believe it's a car accident because it's, number one, it's an accident because the car stalled on the train tracks. And secondly, are you not going to expect your car insurance company to pay for the damages to your car because it's a train accident?
I can't even think about that.
She's introduced insurance.
Don't even get me started.
Now you lost Dave.
All right, the car. Yeah, your auto insurance going to have to cover that. You know, they're going to
don't cover that. Y'all don't have a train rider on the car.
They're going to have to cover that. She's right. They got to cover that. Kyle is telling us if he thinks it's a car accident, a train accident, or what kind of accident. Go ahead, Kyle.
Hey, morning, guys. If you're walking down the train tracks and you get hit by the train, it's not a walking accident. If you're riding your bicycle and you get hit by a train, it's not a bicycle accident. If you're in a porta potty, they're not going to say you had a porta potty accident, so you got hit by a train.
Okay.
The only reason she was in the car was she went back to get the ring. Yep. She wasn't driving the car. She wasn't sitting in the car. She was retrieving something.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
So train accident. He's falling in that camp. Train accident. I just don't know.
Now you're back where you were.
I just don't know.
But not where you want to be, but you're where you were.
It's a tough one for me. Two-Wheel Hardo will have comments on. Let's see what he thinks here. Two-Wheel Hardo, your thoughts. Car accident or no?
I agree with Demm. Everyone else is stupid. If a train leaves a train track, it's a train accident. A train is the only form of transportation on the whole planet that tells you where it's coming from and where it's going years in advance. And if you're dumb enough to get hit by one, you deserve to die.
How can you say that about this poor girl?
We're back to get that ring.
The teen angel. She's so in love with her boyfriend. She went back to get that ring. So you're saying this is a car accident because the train is not out of place.
Kelly, I can go to any train track in the world and tell you exactly where the train is going to come from and exactly where it's going to go.
Yeah, you're
so
right.
if it hits you,
your fault, not the train's fault.
Right. Yeah. Okay. That's true.
No
He's
one
right.
blaming the engineer in this scenario.
No. He couldn't do it.
It's not about blame.
No, it's more about is it a car?
The semantics of it all.
It's all semantics. That's right.
That's all it is.
I don't even know how.
Here's an interesting little factoid. I was just looking up the song.
Yeah.
And apparently in our top 10 countdown that Kelly just played all 10 songs.
Yes.
Teen Angel ends. It's a love song. It's a love story that ends in death.
Yes.
So's El Paso by Marty.
Oh, that's
Robbins.
right. That's right. Yeah.
So's Running Bear. I have forgotten all the details.
That ended in death
But
also.
I think one of them drowns. Or jumps off a
Drowned.
mountain.
They jumped off a mountain or something.
Well, we had to cut that one early.
Or did they both jump?
I think they jumped together hand in hand.
Oh my!
Yeah, it's just death and romance.
God, no wonder so many 80-year-olds are cranky.
Oh, really?
Every song was about
Death. It's all about death.
Yeah.
Let's give Talk Too Much Ted the last line on
All
this.
right.
Then we've got to get Biggie.
He knows the area.
He'll know.
All right.
Talk Too Much Ted. Is it a car accident? Is it not a car accident?
Good morning, fellas. I think it's a question of specificity. You asked the question, the caller answered it. It was an accident. It involved a car. So if you had asked specifically, like you said before, specifically what happened, then you could have demanded more from the player.
I should have put the word specifically in it. I really should have. I even thought, when I was doing that question, I thought this leaves a little bit of interpretation open to it. So, yeah,
because it's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah, you're right. There's a lot happening in the
answer.
car. I mean, you could say you ran back for a ring and got hit by a train.
So in the end, it's your fault.
Yeah, it is. It's my fault.
Oh, God.
It's my fault. I killed that. I just killed that girl out there.
Yeah, you did.
On those train tracks.
wanna
I
pick-
have to live with this, Dave. I have to be the
All
one.
day.
I'm the one that has to live with it. Exactly.